All right, everybody, out in awesome arms land. It is time. So today, dumbbells, have the band handy. If you're standing, it is somewhere around shoulder height. And have a ball as well. Again, you can have a George, or you can have a soccer ball, whatever works for you. I'll also show options in case you don't have one. So lots of ways to go. All right, we're going to start off with buys and drive, and then we'll go to other stuff. All right, so again, you decide where you want to be. If you think you swing, go ahead and put yourself up against a wall. Again, you're going to squat into that a little bit, so your low back is a little bit more protected. So elbows straight down to start, right under those shoulder blades. Slow, bring it up, and then take it down for 3, 2, 1. Bring it up again. Take it down. 3, 2, 1. So it's okay if you rotate the dumbbells. You don't have to. I just allow myself to get that little bit extra range of motion by doing that. Again, going to straight without walking. So it's up fast and down slow. 2, 1. Again, you're working that eccentric where you are stronger. 3, 2, 1. Again, minimize that swing as you bring those dumbbells up. Think about biceps doing the work here. Shoulder blades are open. They're pulled back, and then I should say collarbones are open. All right, a couple more times here. Okay, if your elbows come forward a little bit as well. 2, down, 3, 2, 1. Last one right here. 3, 2, 1. All right, find some place where you have a chair. We're going to do some tricep dips. If you don't have that, you're on the ground, hands are behind you. They can point out or they can point in toward your hips. Those are your two options. So tricep dips are about bending the elbows and pressing up. And again, use what you have around you. So if you happen to have a chair, again, fingertips are forward, your hips are just off the edge. You're bending the elbows, you're straightening the elbows. Keep those hips in close. Think about the shoulders. Again, they're pulling back. They're getting through that open chest. How deep you go really depends on what's going on with you today. So if that's uncomfortable, just make it really small. And again, easiest version, because you're doing least body weight, is this. So maybe if this is bothering your wrist, this is where you go. Okay, so no right, no wrong answer here. It's just what works for today. So as you're bending the elbows, remember you also have to go the opposite way and straighten them. Straight without locking. Again, what version works for you? We got a couple more here. 1, 2, and release. Let's go back to dumbbells for biceps. Okay, so this time palms are going to be forward, arms are rotating outward just a little bit, up and then down. So a little bit faster on that way down, but I still want you to control it. Again, minimize that body sway, up and down. So think about what you're feeling through the core. Think about the collarbones, open across the shoulders. You're exhaling on whichever is the hard part for you. Body staying still. Those knees can be slightly bent. Trying to tease those biceps out. And we are going to go down to the ground for that last tricep. We'll be on our backs. Again, how much weight do you want? We're going to do a little bit of skull crushers. We got 2 more. You can start transitioning down now if you'd like. All right. Again, what resistance do you want? Totally up to you. You can also just do the motions without resistance. So arms are going to be up toward the ceiling, stacked over those shoulders. You're going to bend your elbows. They lightly tap the floor and then press back up. So you're trying to keep the elbows in close to your sides. Again, notice what's happening with the shoulder blades. So keep the shoulder blades still, keep the collarbones open. So any tension in the front of the body, through the upper pecs, through the neck, I want you to take your hands a little bit wider. It's going to take the elbows a little bit wider. Again, you just may not be ready to go in until you're a little bit stronger and or a little bit more open through the pecs. So as you exhale, push up, control it down, like tap, press up. So keep your spine in neutral. That means you have a little curve in it. So the low back may be off the ground. It really depends on how you're built. Notice more where is the weight on your sacrum. That's going to tell you if you are in good alignment. So you right above that gluteal cleavage. Go look it up. If you don't know what that is. We got 2 more. And release. We're going to take those dumbbells down to the ground. All right, so now you're going to grab the ball if you have it. If you don't have it, you are just going to do on your hands. We're going to get all fours. You can also come down onto your elbows. Again, lots of options here. What more is best for you today? All right, so you're going to place your left elbow on the ball, or that's the one that's going to be on the ground, elbow or hand. You're going to push your knees out a little bit, and then I want you to square your shoulders up. So this right elbow is going to be slightly bent. Okay, so optional on, you're just staying here. You pick up that right hand, you place it down. So we're working on stabilization through the left shoulder. So you're even pulling that elbow in just a little bit, pushing it out a little bit. So you can stay here. For a lot of people, this is enough. I swam today. I'm actually feeling like this is enough, but I'm still going to demonstrate the next level. All right, so keep that hand on your chest this time, and then slowly rotate the rib cage open. So you're going to the right, bring it back down. So you can push out a little bit with this left elbow. And again, that all helps you get a little bit more range of motion and stability. So long through the low back, no discomfort here. Your knees are pushing out. That helps engage your hips. That helps keep you stable. And now, whatever version you're doing, I want you to push your weight forward a little bit more. So your knees stay in place, but your hips come over the knees a little bit more. Again, whatever level you're choosing to do, whatever option. Try to fatigue that shoulder a little bit and release. All right, switch over to the other side. Shake it out if you need to. Get your hair going the right way so you can see the camera. Again, get your setup. So shoulders over that elbow, knees should be under the hips and they push out slightly. And starting off with those shoulders square, and then lift the left hand, lower that left hand. You're pulling in a little bit with that right elbow. So elbow comes toward the knee. That engages your lats, again, creating more stability. So remember, you can choose to stay here. Perfectly fine. Keep pushing it out with those knees. Otherwise, the hand goes on your chest. Push out a little bit with that right elbow. Rotate your rib cage to the left, and then bring it back down. Rotate. So again, this is a small rotation. So watch where your head goes. Try to keep your head in line with that breastbone. Keep pushing out with those knees, and now push your hips forward a little bit. So you're putting more weight into this elbow. You're making that shoulder work a little bit more, have a little more weight on it. So watch the head. You didn't keep your head down. So you're not cranking the neck around in fake spinal rotation. You want the thoracic really to engage into your work. One more. Oh, and then release. Shake it out. Stay here though, because we have some push-ups. Again, push-ups of the level option that's appropriate for you. All right, so from here, you can go into that full push-up. You can go into the quote-unquote modified push-up from your knees. You can go into an all-fours push-up, and you're hinging from the hips. So this is about bending the elbows, straightening the elbows, bending and straightening. So again, what works for you? For me, if I'm trying to talk and cue, this is where I need to be. So make sure the hands are underneath the shoulders. Mine are a little bit far forward. Elbows can go out about 45 degrees down. So getting a little tricep here as well as the bicep, or as well as the pecs. Got a couple more. Last one. Cool. And release. All right, go ahead and flip over onto your back again. I think we're going to skip the bands today. So that's the way it's looking. All right, grab 1 or 2 dumbbells, depending on how strong you're feeling. So arms go up and overhead again. So I want you to pay attention to where your spine is right now. So again, get your weight right at that center of that sacrum, right above that gluteal cleavage. Abs are in. Again, notice the space beneath the low back. Feel your ribs down, and then slowly arms reach overhead, only as far as you can go without those ribs popping. Okay, so you can control the ribs. They can release upwards a little bit, but you want to avoid the pop. Okay, so this is about how much control you have. And if one arm is, or both arms is too many, you can do one at a time, alternate. So again, what's the range of motion that you can do? I want you to feel the rib control. That's your core gauge. That's connecting in. So you may not go all the way overhead. I've not done this one yet since my elbow got better. Ooh, I can tell that's about as far as I want to go. I'm not going all the way. So if you can get your arms all the way overhead, great. Challenge yourself to stop right before the dumbbells touch the mat or your hands touch the mat. And again, making sure your pelvis is staying still. The spine's going to move a little bit, but you don't want to move too much. All right, 3, 2, and last 1. All right, and you are done for today, so give yourself a high five. And I will see you guys on Thursday for the next edition of